Normally we see Blood Moon.
Yes.
Suppose in Legacy, why not?
Well,
Let's draw the card.
We certainly have 4 Blood Moons as well, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. 4 fiery confluence in the mix.
In the middle seat, we have Becky's playing red-green Scape Shift against Mike Kletz on Mardu Pyromancer. You want to check more Blood Moons? That we're just Blood Mooning in every format?
Well, you can't.
Yeah, we are. Great.
Do we have some standard Blood Suns? No, we don't have that. We just have blue-black control there.
Versus mono-black aggro. All right, so we'll start over on Legacy. Caleb and Hoogland. That's a very Jeff Hoogland thing to do. Just have his team register Blood Moon in all the formats.
Oh, yeah. So I think that kind of answers your question.
That's you keep in your think, you know.
Maybe there's a Chalice on top.
Maybe Caleb's not playing Storm. That's not real.
No. And now with this duress, Caleb knows that finding basic Island or Swamp will be pretty good. And you can even just go off with Lotus Petal through a Blood Moon.
Sure. You can't get both Blood Moons, so might as well take the Ensnaring Bridge.
Well, not with the duress, but Caleb has a Cabal Therapy in hand.
Oh. Jeff doesn't have any cards. Oh, it's an island, and he says go.
Okay, well, Island's just good against Blood Moon, though Caleb will need to find black mana.
And here's Spirit Guide Blood Moon from Jeff. Caleb had the option to Lotus Petal out that Cabal Therapy and declined, Ryan.
The thing about it is that the Lotus Petal making black mana probably already beats the Blood Moon.
Sure. Here's Brainstorm from Scherer, turn 3, draws Empty the Warrens, Brainstorm, and one other.
Looks like Volcanic Island. I guess
like Mountain.
Yeah. Caleb does already have Cabal Ritual at the ready. And with picking up that Empty, we could just see him make a bunch of goblins. He took the Ensnaring Bridge.
Exactly.
Hoogland playing a build that is heavy on, he has 4 fiery confluence, but he needs to find mana and he needs to find that card to beat the Empty. Caleb definitely has time to set up, though you do have to worry about Hoogland producing a Chalice of the Void. If Hoogland just picks up Chalice, that can make it really difficult for Caleb to go off. And Caleb has maintained the Empty, casting Lotus Petal. I gotta imagine he's going for goblins here.
All right, so Petal, spell 2, passes. So resets the Storm.
Playing around Chalice on 0, I suppose, with that Petal.
Jeff draws another land. So, okay, makes another Blood Moon, why not? What big top decks does Jeff have? I know Mono Red frequently makes some big mid-range card here.
Chalice of the Void, Trinisphere are going to be the most important ones. As far as winning the game, he has a mix of Chandra Pyromaster and Torch of Defiance, a couple Pia and Kieran Nalars, and other than that, really doesn't win the game.
Go back over to Caleb. Turn number 4 starts with Brainstorm. He's got a huge grip set up. Caleb seems to be kind of gun-shy on actually going for that Empty the Warrens.
Yeah, the Lotus Petal last turn was interesting. It's paying respect to Trinisphere, or something like Chalice on 0, though I think Chalice on 0 is fairly unlikely when Hoogland has access to Chalice on 1.
And these Brainstorms, because of the Blood Moon, aren't particularly good cards.
Yeah, you can't fetch away.
Yeah.
And because you're not able to fetch and reset, I'm really interested in just going off for some number of goblins. I think Caleb could easily make something like 8, but he's just brainstorming that to the top of the deck. That does look like he's picked up Dark Petition. That makes it a little bit easier.
Yeah. Okay, here we go. Let's go for some mana tokens and some storm tokens.
Yeah, it's possible that he has enough to actually go off with Tendrils now. And that's the major incentive to not go off for Empty. If you do have a Tendrils kill this turn or next turn, it makes a lot of sense to just go for that. Hoogland's not going to be doing anything to disrupt a Tendrils kill. Storm
is 1. You see that picture there of Caleb. The Storm token. Here's your Grixis mana laid out. Really now?
If I mentioned that I like Grixis.
Cabal Ritual, 3 black mana, storm to 2. Cabal Therapy, 2 black floating, storm to 3. He'll name, who cares? It's a snow-covered mountain in Jeff's hand.
Got any main deck Mindbreak traps?
Another Cabal Ritual. This one has Threshold, so spell number 4 goes up to 5 black.
Petition probably for Ad Nauseam.
Yeah, Dark Petition. Storms at 5, 3 black floating.
Might have enough to just grab Past in Flames already.
Yeah, just actually take all the... Yeah, I think that might just be strong. He's going to go for Ad Nauseam. You're right.
Yeah, I think because it was just 2 Cabal Rituals and they're not going to have Threshold. I guess they would, but...
I'm sure Caleb's got the count right.
Dark Petition costs a lot. He's at 20. The Ad Nauseam's not going to kill him.
Yeah, I know that sometimes you try not to Ad Nauseam if it's just a done deal that you have it, but this is a very safe Ad Nauseam.
Yes.
All right, let's count out. 1 card. 19, 18, 17, 16.
Not great so far.
Nope, has a Dark Ritual for if he finds... He's actually already made a land, so that's not going to help. 14 from a Cabal Ritual, no mana yet. 12 from an Infernal Tutor. 11 from another Cabal Ritual.
There you
from
go.
a Cabal Therapy. A Lotus Petal, that's huge. 9 from an Infernal Tutor.
And once he's already cast the Dark Petition, this is super safe.
8 from a Dark Ritual, and then a Lion's Eye Diamond flips, and Jeff picks up the cards. He's played enough Legacy to know where this goes.
Yep.
Game 1 over to Storm. And honestly, Ryan, I didn't see this going any other way.
No, certainly with Jeff mulliganing like he did, didn't have any of the Trinispheres or Chalice of the Voids, which he really needs in this matchup.
Game 1 there, over to Caleb Scherer. So 1-0. Now you got to assume that the prison deck is going to have some different prison cards it can go to out of sideboard.
Yes, Jeff has some really nice options.
All right. Fortunately for Jeff, on the modern table, Mike Kletz with Mardu Pyromancer gets game 1. So right now it's 1 game apiece for each team. We'll go over some of the sideboarded plans and as we get ready for game number 2 of Legacy in just a minute. Back here, third result is in. Caleb's teammate Paul Muller, both are Storm players, only one of them storming, picking up their game 1 wins. Over in standard, you know, that mono black aggro deck.
Paul could probably get like Storm 3 off of Night Market Lookouts and
Oh, no.
Bone Pickers.
All right, Ryan, we're going to be quick here as they're getting ready for game number 2. Jeff's lot cards don't work very well game 1. What does he go for this second game?
So the list, we got Boyles, Kozak's Returns. That stuff's nonsense. Eidolon and Great Rebel, he's got 2 copies of those, 2
Love
more
it.
Trinispheres. That
Love
stuff's
it.
all great. You can reach for returns if you want another answer to empty, but that's not like a big thing. Caleb probably not changing very much.
Turn 1, Eidolon of the Great Revel, go. He pitches Fiery Confluence to Chrome Mox.
There are a couple bounce spells in Scheer's sideboard.
Yeah.
Likely you're reaching for some number of those just because of the main deck
If you're
configuration.
playing against Mono Red Prison, you should assume that your Echoing Truth or whatever card you're playing is going to be good.
And this is the best possible start for Hoogland because the Eidolon makes it so that Caleb has to have an answer to it and fast. This one's actually going to win the game.
Ryan, how gross would it be if Caleb just cast one of these fatal pushes this turn?
That would be disgusting.
And she's like, yeah, push it, go. I'm at 18. Chrome Mox of Caleb's own. Now, he does take some damage for that off Eidolon. He gets rid of Duress.
Oh, he has Echoing Truth at the
He
ready.
does. He has Echoing Truth. Okay, maybe a little turn 2 combo here from Caleb.
He'd need some pretty good leftovers, especially going down in the card off of Chrome Mox, but with him casting it on turn 1,
Well, you don't want to Echoing Truth the Chrome Mox here because you have your own.
well, maybe you do.
Ooh, Fiery Confluence from Jeff Hoogland. Caleb gave him a nice target here. Caleb's going to have to respond before he loses that mana.
Yeah, City of Traders, Jeff continuing to accelerate the mana. Playing a 2-mana spell on 1 and a 4-mana spell on 2 is a really powerful start. Hoogland not even taking any damage off the Eidolon because it's a 4-mana spell.
2 damage to each opponent and destroy target artifact are the choices here. So Caleb's going to cast Echoing Truth. Takes 2 more, goes to 13, bounces the Eidolon.
And you get to pick the same mode twice. This is 4 damage going upstairs. Choose 3.
Oh, yeah. You're right.
I've cast this card in cube many times.
Eidolon's back in Jeff's hand. It's going to come down next turn again, so let's see if Caleb can make the most.
He's got to win now.
Petal, Lion's Eye Diamond, Gataxian Probe. All right, let's start. We'll play along. Jeff's hand that's Boil. Yep.
Ooh.
Boil, Eidolon, and Mountain. This deck's so good, Ryan.
And I assume with Boyle coming in, Jeff is just off of things like Blood Moon in the post-sideboard configuration. Has a good mix of dead main deck cards. Also Sorceress, Spyglass, not very good here.
Brainstorm for Caleb. Shows with a fetch land picked up off the Brainstorm. He'll be able to complete. Does have Hercule's Recall, but it looks like he doesn't want that one here. He puts it back.
Oh, he knows that his problem is currently an enchantment.
Fetches down to 6. Well, I don't know if you... Oh, no, I was going to say if you can blow up the Chrome Mox, then Jeff can't cast the Eidolon, but he has another Mountain in his hand, so...
Usually. Yeah, knowing about that makes it pretty easy.
Wow, Caleb getting another island right into the Boil he knows about.
Loose.
That's, I don't know.
If Caleb's not winning this turn, this game's over.
Oh, is that how this works?
It's, yeah. And it looks like he's preying on this Brainstorm.
All right. Draws another Lion's Eye Diamond, an Island,
Ugh.
and a
Past in Flames.
Okay, he's got a
Though-
lot of mana.
He's got a lot of artifact mana is the issue.
Yeah.
Lion's Eye Diamond plays well with Past in Flames, but you have to have other leftovers. And just on Chrome Mox, that Echoing Truth, it's kind of gross. There is a Dark Ritual in hand. Not clear if he has access to a tutor just yet, which you are going to need to win the Past in Flames turn. Theoretically, you can try to brainstorm into something.
He puts the Dark Ritual and the Island back on top from Brainstorm. He does not have another shuffle at the ready. Lion's Eye Diamond, Lotus Petal, pass.
All right, so with this setup, you can lead on the Lion's Eye Diamonds, cracking those. You get the flashback Past in Flames. That's no damage off of Eidolon. You already have Echoing Truth in Graveyard. Then you can start comboing from there.
And I really want to compliment Caleb's play there. A lot of people would think that's a lot of Storm he just wasted. Jeff, for the turn, just drew Chalice of the Void. And had Caleb not played the way he did, that might have ended the game.
Well, not to mention that just with Jeff already having the Eidolon, Caleb can't
he
start
can't
his
do
turn
that.
on 3-0 mana. He's at 6. That just kills him.
Right.
Yeah, we'll see what Jeff goes for here.
Yeah.
What to set the Chalice on is an interesting question.
Looks like he goes Chalice on 1, and then casts Adlman was his decision. Passes the turn. That makes some sense.
Yep.
But it means Caleb gets those islands for another turn.
Mm-hmm.
Passed in Flames in hand, picks up a 1-mana card, whatever. He'll discard that.
Yeah, that was the Dark Ritual. But with the
Can't do
Chalice
anything?
on 1, Caleb's only line involves Chalice checking, and Hoogland's not going to miss that.
Is he going to miss that one? No. No, he will not. So Jeff Hoogland, after board, evens things up. And you know that Mono Red, especially on the play, they can steal games against just about anything with things like turn 1 Eidolon.
Oh yeah, turn 1 Eidolon. You can have access to some turn 1 Trinisphere draws as well with Chromok, Simian Spirit Guide. Turn 1 Chalice of the Void is certainly live. Yeah, Jeff just has a lot of really good draws in this matchup. Caleb on the play, though, does change the dynamic. The Storm deck, of course, has access to some number of turn 1 kills. This is a matchup where you do just get to freely go for it if you have it.
All right, well, they'll have a deciding game here, and game number 3, we'll be back on that one in just a minute. So game 3 is going to be Caleb versus Hoogland. Play has been really important in the first 2 games. A lot of evening up going on that side. Jeff Hoogland gets game 2, so does teammate Matt Bimonte over in Standard. So their team currently leading 3 games to 2. Caleb hoping teammate Becky Adlman can even things up in Modern, bringing all 3 matches to game 3s.
Yep, we're going to start seeing some deciding factors here. Caleb has access to some turn 1 kills. He's really looking for that. Even a hand that has a reasonable pace with a turn 1 duress can be really powerful in this matchup, as Hoogland's drawing to a very small subset of cards.
Yes. Well, Ryan, speaking of some small subsets, I got some bingo cards. I guess that kind of works. I'm going to check off here. Chalice of the Void on 1. Jeff hits that. If you guys want to play along over at SCG Tour, you can follow us. Team Matthias going to go for, we haven't won yet this year. This is going to be it this weekend. Fetchland cracked after Brainstorm. Boom, 2 squares.
Caleb Scherer gave me a Storm count of 8 and a Guru Basic Island.
Did he get to 8? Hold on, he didn't get to 8.
Yeah,
He got to 6.
It's fine.
No, he didn't get to 8.
He won with it, though.
Jeff conceded when it was at 6.
I refuse to accept that as an exception.
The 6th spell was ad nauseum, and it was in the middle of resolving when Jeff conceded. That is not a storm count of 8.
I did already check the box. So
I'm sorry that we'll have to get you a new bingo
card. You can't really
card.
change that.
Turn 1, Gataxian Probe from Caleb, and we see on Jeff's side, yeah, all right, we have Trinisphere and Chalice of the Void and Chromox in the opener.
Yes, we
Now,
have access to a turn. Well,
you
no,
actually
we don't.
don't.
This Chromox. So
Yeah.
Kozilek's Return has the Void.
That's what a combo. Yeah, so if you imprint it on a Chromox, the Chromox does not make mana.
That's disgusting. I believe that's how it works, or rather doesn't work.
It can make mana of any color of the imprinted card.
Right, and devoid just is the rules of the card.
The card is colorless. So
Devoid is just the worst mechanic.
We'll confirm. The question is like, yeah, does it make colorless mana? I don't think so. If you can't imprint, I don't believe you. I don't think that works.
I do know that if you do a gatherer search for red cards, you will not find Kozilek's Return.
Well, it's not a red card.
Exactly.
I know it doesn't make red mana. He will get duress from Caleb turn 1. Might not matter. Might take that Chalice or... Yeah, he'll take Chalice of the Void anyway.
Yes.
Lion's Eye, Diamond, and go. Wants to get around a possible top-decked Chalice. Snow-covered mountain for Jeff.
And Hoogland picked up a Blood Sun. That's a card that you can certainly pitch to Chromox, and also not a great card in the matchup anyway. So next turn, Jeff definitely threatening Trinisphere.
Yep, and that's the scary one. He picked up Blood Sun. That's... No one cares about that. Chandra, the pickup here, so that can go on a Chromox.
Yeah, Scherer does not have much of a combo hand. He does already have Chain of Vapor, and if he's able to make another land drop, he can deal with the Trinisphere if he finds a combo hand, but it's hard to cantrip into it now.
Chromox imprinting Blood Sun, Trinisphere for Jeff. Echoing Truth, the pickup for Caleb. Third land says go. So right now, because it has Echoing Truth in hand, the Trinisphere doesn't actually do anything.
Yeah, well, the issue is that he also has Chain of Vapor, and when you're full on these reactive cards, or these counter-reactive cards, it means that you're not comboing.
And Jeff actually imprinted Blood Sun. That's because he wants to make Chandra Torch of Defiance this turn.
Yeah, and now Jeff's able to start going to work here. Ups the Chandra, exiles Chrome Mox. That's going to deal 2 damage to Caleb. Caleb's going to crack that fetch land. Don't know if he's going for any of these bounce spells just yet, because it does not look like he has a combo hand at this point in time. So bouncing any of these permanents would not be really impactful.
Yeah, he's going to end step bounce, untap combo. If possible.
When he has it.
When he has it.
Yeah.
3 mana here. Echoing Truth on Trinisphere looks like an end-step play from Caleb. This, because he has 2 bounce spells, this is a speculative one, you'd think?
Yeah, also, if you just have a cantrip already, this makes it so you could potentially draw into a combo turn, or it makes a cantrip a better draw on this turn.
And what does he draw then? Picks up Duress.
Well, that's a combination. You can Duress the Trinisphere.
Yeah. What if there's 2 of them?
That's less good.
Says go. Yeah, Caleb's hand's not shaping up here.
I think down to 3 cards. Chain of Vapor. Want to say a couple rituals.
Chandra exiles. We're going to see Fiery Confluence from Jeff. Might just be a 6-point burn spell. Actually, wait. You can blow up an artifact.
You could go for the Lion's Eye Diamonds. You're choosing between recasting the Trinisphere or doing something like blowing up the Lion's Eye Diamond.
Well, Caleb's going to need to figure out a way. Over on the Modern table, a Game 3 does not happen. It is Mike Kletz with Mardu Pyromancer, a 2-0 win over Becky Adlman. So Caleb, to keep this match alive, will need to figure out how to combo here.
And he's in rough shape. Hoogland currently choosing which of the 2 destructive lines to go for. Turning off that Lion's Eye Diamond and applying some pressure, or just casting Trinisphere. Both of them pretty difficult for Caleb to win through.
Yeah. It's going to go with Fiery Confluence, destroys the artifact, and sends 4 upstairs. So those of you wondering on the rules of quite thing here, if Jeff cannot put Kozilek's Return on a Chrome Mox, you don't get any mana off it. You don't get colorless mana either.
Yeah, you can exile it, but I would not recommend it.
Yeah, I mean, you see that in decks which played Chrome Mox when you had 2 of them. You'd say, hey, can I exile the first into the second and make colorless? The answer was no.
Well, you just can't exile artifacts. It has that text.
Well, so that's just cheating. All right, easy enough. Chain of Vapor bounces the Trinisphere. Caleb hoping to draw into something here. He finds Brainstorm. Well, that can always fix things.
Here's
a Brainstorm.
Rituals.
Yeah. Ponder. Hercule's Recall and a land?
But it's just an island.
Yeah, he can't fetch off it. He's locked off this Brainstorm. So, well, he can ponder.
The Ponder can fetch, shuffle.
Yep. You see teammate Becky Adlman now looking over, knowing that this game, they need to get this one. Gitaxian Probe is in the top 3, but that's not good enough. Caleb shuffles.
Yeah, you can redraw one of those cards you already don't want in your hand. That's not going to play. Notably, if he kept the Hercules, which I believe that he did, he will be able to get another draw step through the Trinisphere. If he shuffled it away, though, that's a completely different thing. Yeah, it's just black cards in the hand.
Draws a fetch land. That's
not great.
Not great. Chandra Ultimates, and that's going to go ahead and be the match. Caleb picks up the card. So as a team of Hoogland, Kletz, and Bimonte taking Legacy, taking Modern, they are your winners. Paul Muller's thinking maybe he could get Game 3, but that one's not going to matter.
Nope. Chandra Emblem closes this thing pretty quickly. Caleb was already down to 8 from the Confluence, all those Chandra activations, Gitaxian Probe.
Yeah.
Pretty quick clock there.